Good morning. Good morning. I'm going to hop into a couple of different places and put some little things that says I'm here. So if you get here while I'm doing that, I'm not ignoring you. I am just working on um, doing a few little things to make sure that people know I am live. So give me just a minute. All right, and then let me get to the next one. I am learning. I am learning. Y'all are here for the learning process. Oh, why is it not there? Let's see. Let me let's see if it's there. Ah, yes, there we go. Good morning, Stacy. Hi, V. Let me put my stuff in here at all right. And then I'm going to hit that. Yay, yay. Ah, all right. Ah, and I guess I could have, would it have worked if I just put it there? I have no idea. I'll figure this out eventually. So you're starting work soon. All right. Well, thank you for being here while you can. I greatly appreciate you. And let's see, I'll just go ahead and get started. So maybe you can get a little bit while you're here. Wait a minute, I've misspelled something. Let's just see. All right. All right. So we're going to just jump right in and get to our affirmation this morning, right? So the affirmation for today is I am grateful for all the blessings in my life, for there are many. And there's a walking meditation that I do a lot of times, and I will walk, and this is the phrase that I do in my mind the entire time I'm walking, and it just really um, I don't know. It just really lights me up when I do that. And I don't do it every time I walk because sometimes I want to just be in silence and listen to nature. And then a lot of, ideas and thoughts will come to me. And so I keep my phone handy so I can put something in my notes. And then there's sometimes things will still come to me, but I really want to be doing an affirmation, and for some reason this one really speaks to me when I'm walking, and so I expand on it. And I will admit I listened to a walking meditation one time that had this phrasing in there, so it's not like I just suddenly created it, but because you hear this all the time, I'm just saying this is how I use it, and it just really makes me feel good. So what you could do is maybe start with a morning of saying this mantra to yourself for a little while, whether you're out walking. But the thing that really helps when you're doing some of your affirmations and stuff is if you're moving your body, if you're doing something. So whether you're doing something physical around the house, if you're working out or you're walking, you're dancing, there are so many different ways you can move your body, right? And so use this one today if you can. And I know, V, you said you were about to start work. And so just look at a way that you can move your body just a little bit. And it just gets the blood pumping. It heightens your awareness. And say this affirmation and see how that really resonates for you, because we've talked about this before, is that there are so many blessings in our lives that most of the time we do not pay attention to, we take for granted. And I know I've spoken about this many times, but I will talk about it right now anyway. I have a niece that is amazing, and she has muscular dystrophy. She's in an electric wheelchair, And so anytime that I'm complaining about an ache or a pain, I think of her and what she deals with, and I think, okay, so it's not that big a deal. I can still get up and walk. I can actually roll over in the bed. She has to have, when she gets situated in the bed, she has to have someone else reposition her because she does not have the muscle strength to do that anymore. And there are so many things that she can't do that we take for granted every friggin' day. And I didn't realize how much I took those things for granted until, because you just think you're empathetic about it, and you realize. But I had a personal trainer that I worked out with that actually created some pulled muscles in my rib cage. Good morning, Stacy. Yes, yes. And so I pulled these muscles in my rib cage, and I didn't even, in my abdomen, and I didn't even know that. I just knew it was hurting. And I went to bed at night, and when I woke up in the morning, I could not roll over. I could not sit up. I couldn't do anything. It was like, ah. So I ended up calling my it was actually my ex-husband at the time. I called him and said, "Hey, can you come and help me?" And so he came over, and he had a key to the apartment because, we had kids together. And so, but I won't go into all that. But anyway, he came in, and he had to actually physically help me get up. And then I couldn't hardly even walk. And he took me to the emergency room, and that's what it was these pulled muscles. And that was when I realized just a smidgen of what she deals with every day, right? All the time. And so, um, oh, I didn't know you had MS, Stacy. That's good to know, but you are doing great with it. I mean, with all your dancing and all your things. Yeah, so you're doing great. Um, but she has muscular dystrophy, so it's a constant change of what she can't do anymore. And so when I had that happen to me, suddenly I had this little tiny clue to what she deals with. And it was mind boggling. And then another time, her husband had some, I think it was knee surgery. I can't remember. And I went and stayed at her house. Um, oh, wow. Well, thank you. That's great, Stacy. I'm glad to hear it. We'll keep you in our prayers too. But I went to stay with her to help because he couldn't physically be lifting her and doing all the things. And being there and helping her made it even more aware of how much she needs assistance. And so we don't most of the time recognize, like I've said before, if you can wake up in the morning, you're you're blessed, because a lot of people didn't wake up. But then there are so many other little things. If you can open your eyes and you can see, if your ears can hear, if you can speak, if you can roll over in the bed, if you can sit up, if you can walk to the bathroom, if you can use the bathroom. I mean, there are so many things of our daily bodily function that we take for granted. And there are people that do not have the ability to do the things that we do without thinking. And so I just want you to recognize that there are so many blessings in your life that you don't even recognize. And then you can go beyond that. If you're blessed to have a roof over your head, if you're blessed to have heat and air, running water, if you're blessed to have food in your fridge, if you're blessed to have gifts and talents that you can share with others, if you're able to get online, that's a blessing. I mean, if you just take a moment to think about the blessings, you can actually have a piece of paper and write down things all day long that are blessings for you. And I think if we can come from a place of recognizing the blessings that we have, and I will admit, excuse me one second, this allergy stuff, hold on. There was a time in my life Good morning, Kimmy. There was a time in my life when I counted my blessings. It was like I would start with, okay, I woke up, I have a good cup of coffee, and I really had to stretch hard to even think of those because I didn't feel very blessed. I felt like everything was wrong, everybody was against me. I, I mean, it was not a good place to be. And so I implore you to look at the blessings that you have in your life, and you're going to be shocked. Now, Kimmy, now that you're here, I do want to ask. I don't want you to tell us yet what happened with your stuff yesterday, with your interview and all that, but I want you to tell me, if you don't mind, what is the one thing that you learned from that process yesterday of having, because you made the post and I told you, I said, you got this. I just want to know what is one thing that you learned. So share that if you don't mind, because we all want to look at when we're faced with something, to first go to what did we learn? Not what was the results, but what did we learn and how did we grow in the process? So I would love to know that. And you're usually really good, Kimmy, about sharing that stuff. So I didn't feel bad asking you. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and get to the journal prompt. All right. The journal prompt today is write out a list of as many blessings as you can think of. So I suggest set a timer for 5 minutes. 5 minutes is only not that long a time, but when you're sitting and doing this, it feels like a lot. That's why I said 5 minutes. And write until the timer stops. Every single thing that you can think of that are blessings in your life. And I've just been going through a few of the bodily functions that you have. Um, I feel blessed every day that I get to get on here live with you guys and be able to share my thoughts and my feelings, and feel blessed with having my podcast and being able to talk to people that I never would have ever had a conversation with before. I mean, it's mind boggling. And let's see. Well, I sat for 15 minutes in silence and breathe, learned I can't control everything, but I control how I react to my issues. Amen. Yay. Wonderful. Yes, to me, sitting in silence and just getting to this wonderful place of surrender, ah, that is perfect. And line dancing went great. Yes, amen. Oh, I'm so happy to hear it. And I apologize. All right. So one of the things I want to share with you guys is, I have, I'm going to do a post about this later, but I'll just go ahead and share with you guys. But I have been reading the Bible, going to set up time for interview for a new job. Yay, yay. But I've been reading the Bible, and I was born into a Baptist family, and I was raised Baptist. And then over time, as I questioned things as a teenager and all this stuff. So I'm not going to get into that right now. However, what I'm getting to is, for the first time in my life, and I am 64, for the first time in my life, I'm sitting down and I'm reading the Bible from cover to cover, right? And so what's funny to me is that, as I've had 64 years of being part of a religious sect, whether I was doing anything or not, right? And there are books in the Bible. I thought, I had no idea this was a book in the Bible. I had no idea. I had no idea. And I just got to a oh, I should have brought the Bible in here with me, because it's like I don't remember what book of the Bible it is. But it's like as soon as I started reading it, I thought, ooh, I think I want to talk about this. So I'm actually going to do, I think I'm going to do it on my YouTube channel. And if I do, I will share with you guys and let you know that I'm going to be there. But I think I'm going to actually read sections of this book, because for some reason I feel led to do that. And it is just because, and I've just read one page, right? And so I don't know what's coming, because I don't know the Bible that well, right? But it has already been like, I'm liking this. And it is the the New Living Version too. So it's not the King James Version, because sometimes it's like I can't comprehend some of the nuances of the way that things are worded. And also I'll do this. And then I am wanting to not only do that, but then go back and look at the King James Version and see what's different, because every time it's translated into something else, things change. But I just wanted to share. I'm going to do that, and it just came to me this morning, because I usually sit and do some of my reading in the morning before I get on here, and then I do some reading at night before I go to bed, and I am just blown away with some of the stuff that and the people that are, doing Bible studies and all this stuff. It's probably old hat to them, but to me, this is like new stuff. And so it's really funny to think about that. I've been, I've had a Bible, and I've read some here and there, and I've done some Bible studies, but they skip around to other places. And most of the time, any Bible study that I've done, it was all the New Testament. And so now I'm reading the whole thing, and it's like, whoa, I don't get it. Oh my heavens, there's so much stuff that happens. But in this one particular one, it's speaking to me, and I just want to share. So I don't know if anybody's interested in being on my YouTube channel and hearing this reading, or if you even, if you want to actually have a conversation, we can do this, and I can share it on my YouTube channel. But I'm just blown away, because I want to read this out and just see, what are people's opinions, what do they think about it. And it's more that, the thing is interesting is that I feel super blessed to be able to have a platform that I can do this, because it's like, it's like I said, it's speaking to me. It's wanting to be birthed out of me, this little thing. And who knows, I may get to the end of this one book of the Bible, and that be it. I have no idea. But this one is really speaking to me. All right, so let's see. Sometimes there's a delay on this thing, so let me check and see if there's any more comments. All right, so just let me know if I will share in the group that I'm going to be doing this, and I think I'm going to set a time for a recording. All right, perfect. Thank you, Kimmy. So I am excited about that, and I think what I was saying is, I think I'm going to schedule a live, to just go live on YouTube and begin. And so we'll see how it goes. But no matter whether anybody shows up or not, I feel led to do that. And, one of the things, we talked on Monday about stress and anxiety in our lives and stuff. And one of the things that stress comes from is deciding you're going to do something and being worried about the outcome. And so I'm surrendering to the process. I am just going to get on there, and I'm going to read, and I'm going to give some, let people, post in the comments and do all that stuff. But if nobody shows up, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. And if somebody shows up and they say things that are unkind, I surrender. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to let anything affect what I choose to do. And because, like Kimmy said, what was it? You can't control everything, but you can control how you react. So I am choosing ahead of time to make a decision that this is what I'm going to do, and it doesn't matter what happens from there. And it's another form of keeping my word to myself. And so I'm doing that. And so what I will be doing is I'm going to be going onto YouTube and scheduling this, and I will let you know when it's going to happen. And we'll see. Maybe we will get some people that are like me, and maybe are just curious and have never read the Bible. And I'm telling well, what I will say that some of my pronunciations of things, it's like I know when I'm saying it to myself, it's like that's probably not right, but hey, that's okay. Ah, well, I feel good that I shared this with you guys and that this is our journal prompt. Write out a list of as many blessings as you can think of. Set a timer for 5 minutes and write until the timer stops. And remember, put this in your journal. If you're like some people and have a journal just for this, no one might show up, but later on someone could come across your video and you may change that person's life. But hoping all show up. Yes. Well, I look at it this way. I'm surrendering to the process. So if no one shows up and some people watch the replay, that's what's supposed to happen. Or if people show up, that's what's supposed to happen. So I'm just relinquishing it. Aw, thank you. Thank you. I'm blessed to have you in my life. Well, I don't know who that is, Facebook user, but just go ahead and tell me who you are. Everybody else, I think their name has shown up. But just tell me. So like I said, put this in your journal or put it in your notebook because I learned recently with Kathy being in our group and sharing that all these little pieces of paper that I have are not congruent for being organized. So, oh, hey, Ginger. I'm blessed to have you in my life too. And so the thing is that when you have all these loose pieces of paper, you have a hard time getting back to things, right? And so she helped me to see that having a notebook designated for something is better. And so if you don't have a journal, that's fine. Just get a notebook. And I will say I had to go buy a new notebook so that I would have it. And then just put on the top with that this is for the affirmations and journal prompts. Put the date on the paper, put your affirmation in your journal prompt, brain dump set your timer for 5 minutes and write out as many things as you can think of. And like I said earlier, you may come back and as you're going through your day, you think of more things and just add it on there. And then in a few months or even a few weeks, go back and look. If you ever need a reminder of how blessed you are in your life, go back to this. And it is an amazing thing to realize how many blessings in our life we don't acknowledge, we don't appreciate. And this gives you the opportunity to lighten your life and recognize how blessed you really are. No matter what's going on in your life, there are blessings there if you choose to see them. All right. So, it's a good day to have a good day, right? And so I am so happy that you all are here live and make sure you go into the group and put hashtag P2 vibes with your daily self-care. We want to keep that thread going. So make sure each one of you that are here this morning, go into the group and make a post about your self-care today. Do me a solid and get that thread going a little bit because it's kind of like a well-oiled machine. But if you stop the engine, then it takes a little more effort to get it flowing again. And so be my catalyst for flow and get the flow started for today and share your hashtag PT vibes. And for those that are watching the replay, make sure you put hashtag replay, share your thoughts, and share your and create another post about your self-care. And for the people that are in other groups that are watching this, if you want to be part of our Make Lasting Change group, where we do so much and where the community is so amazing and growing every day, if you want to be part of it, just go to vickypoole.com. That's VICKIEPOOLE.com and ask to join the group. But make sure you answer all the questions because right now I still have people in the queue that have not answered all the questions. Maybe they answer one. The thing is that it is a hard rule that if you don't take the time to answer all the questions, you're not part of the group. And it is just a level of commitment. If you can't commit to just answering the questions, then you're not going to be a good supportive part of the community. And I want to make sure that this community stays so amazing. And this is one of the ways that I can do that. And so, you know, it is an amazing group. And I love every one of you. And I'm so excited that you're here. So if you want to be part of the group, make sure you answer all the questions. And if you know you're not going to do that, don't even bother asking to be part of the group because it ain't happening. All right. Have a blessed day. And I will see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern Time, once again, with our affirmation and journal prompt. And we'll have other people that will share what's going on with them. And I release all expectations of any of this. I'm just doing what I'm led to do. And I am so grateful that you find benefit and joy from what I do. So thank you, Stacy, Kimmy, Ginger, and V for being here this morning. And I will hopefully see you tomorrow and see your post in the group. See you later. Mwah.